Welcome back. Another Democrat entering the race in Wisconsin's 1st congressional district, looking to unseat Republican Congressman Brian Steil.
Both the 1st and 3rd, home to Republican Congressman Derek Van Orden, are two of 44 districts the Democratic Campaign Congressional Committee is targeting as Democrats look to regain control of the House.
Milwaukee Alderman Peter Burgelis is here to announce that he is officially entering the race as a Democrat. He joins us now. Welcome to Upfront.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for being here. You are making the announcement right now. Tell us why you decided to jump into this race now, just 3 months ahead of the primary.
I am getting into this race because I've been watching it from the sidelines, and I see that there's no clear Democrat running who can beat Brian Steil. That's the goal. That's the important thing. This Congress is the Congress that will have the constitutional responsibility to hold the Trump administration accountable for their crimes against democracy. The grifting and the denigration of voting rights is something that Wisconsin voters will not tolerate. This 1st congressional district, frankly, on paper, is more flippable than the 3rd district. We need a candidate who can get national attention, national money to counteract what Brian Steil and his billionaire buddies are going to put in the race. He's going to have millions of dollars to get his message out. We have to get the Democratic message of fairness, of hard work, and affordability back into the 1st congressional district.
You say more flippable than the 3rd, needing national influence. We just mentioned the DCCC in investing in the 1st. Have they made any commitments to you? Have you had conversations with them yet as you're now launching?
The DCCC is having conversations with everyone, and their priority is to flip Congress and to get common sense back into Washington, D.C.
Before you get to a general election, you've got to get through a Democratic primary. There are several other Democrats running. Mitchell Berman reported $140,000 cash on hand at the end of the 1st quarter. Randy Bryce, $700, and Brian Steil, $5.5 million on the Republican side. How much have you raised so far in your campaign?
Listen, I am announcing my campaign today. The first financial disclosure comes in a couple of months, but we need a Democrat who can raise money to beat Brian Steil. He has millions in his war chest. Democrats need to step up and get that national attention and show that this district is flippable, that a Democrat can win in southeastern Wisconsin.
So how much do you need to raise, and then so how quickly?
Quickly is yesterday. The primary should be about $500,000, but the general, it's ranged anywhere between $8.6 million in 2018, $2.3 million last year. It will take millions of dollars to beat Brian Steil.
You say $500,000 ahead of the primary, several million perhaps for the general. Do you have some of those commitments?
Commitments are ongoing.
For those who don't know, you're currently a Milwaukee Alderman. You don't live currently in the 1st district. Is that a challenge? Will that pose a challenge to campaign? And how do you address that to voters in the 1st?
When I'm out listening to what people care about in southeastern Wisconsin, in Waterford or in Beloit, it's the same message that I've been hearing from my constituents on the southwest side. People are hurting. They're scared. They're in pain. They don't know what else is going to come next.
To those critics who say that you don't live in the district that you're trying to represent, how do you address that specific concern?
Listen, voters don't care where you live or what the driver's license address is in my wallet. Voters care where you stand. Voters care what your principles are and how you can deliver your message of hard work and affordability to the voters. They want someone who represents their values. I have a proven track record of delivering for my constituents, and I'll do the same thing for all of southeastern Wisconsin.
Milwaukee Alderman, now U.S. congressional candidate, announcing here, Peter Burgelis. Peter, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Up next, remembering longtime journalist Dan Bice.